Welcome back. You're listening to Home Wizards. I'm Cindy Dole with my pal, Eric Stromer, and we are coming to you live from KBIZ, which stands for Showbiz for the Kitchen and Bath.
That's right.
The Kitchen and Bath Industry Show, and it's in Las Vegas, and it's really, really a lot of fun. Every year they do this. It's a way to get caught up in all the new innovations, all the different brands that have been so busy working to bring and deliver the very best to you and to accommodate your needs. And so with us is a guy who knows all about it. His name is Zielinski, and he is the president-elect of the NKBA, the National Kitchen and Bath Association. So welcome.
Well, thank you very much, Cindy and Eric, and I appreciate both of you inviting me over to visit with
And so
today.
for those who aren't savvy enough to know, and they should be because Home Wizards listeners are, NKBA stands for National Kitchen and Bath Association, which is represented by a whole lot of professionally trained designers who specialize in the kitchen and bath.
Right, and we're all volunteers. We have our own dealerships all across the country, but we meet together and we help guide this industry.
Yeah, so where is the industry right now? I mean, this seems to be very exciting. It feels like there's a little more momentum coming and that people are a little more optimistic about plopping down some money on their kitchen and bath.
Now, absolutely. Just like you can tell from the show over here, we've got 600 exhibitors. We've got 35,000 people that are registered for the show. And we've got this tremendous excitement. We just went through the ribbon cutting ceremony, and I was just amazed.
Did you have real scissors?
Yeah,
really
good.
scissors. And what was really amazing was that they had wooden handles, and we were all commenting, "Wow, somebody really carved these out."
Oh, how funny! How funny! So, what is the if you were to sum up 2011 in one word or two words as the trend? What is it? What is the year about?
Remodeling.
It is.
It really is remodeling. People are now going to be staying in place. They have their homes, and they're investing in their homes for their families and their friends.
And then you see all the trends and all the different manufacturers create product around that idea and that concept, right?
It does. It's really so much fun, so interesting. I have a family, of course, and one of the things that always just bothered me was the bathroom fan, for example. It's always left on. I'm always going by the room, and now we've got Panasonic with their Whisper Green, and it automatically, if you open the shower, the humidity automatically turns the fan on, and when the humidity gets to a certain level, it turns it off. And how green is that?
And you also take for granted so many of these innovations, but that's only something you would know if your kid never turns the fan off, which mine doesn't either. You know?
Well, it's everybody. Your guests come over.
That's right.
I mean, they're always on.
Yeah.
But isn't that great? I mean, it's kind of like, how'd they do that?
Yes.
Who knew? I mean, it's kind of from that department. And where are these thinkers that come up with these ideas?
Well, it's great inventors. I was just sitting over just before your show over here and was listening to the Hall of Fame. And they had an inventor who actually created the stove that we know today, bringing it in now, because he created the burner.
Really? Isn't
Is
that
you
great?
did the original burner?
The original burner and the original self-cleaning oven.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I mean,
And so you guys honor some of these inventors of the past that have innovated the industry as we know it today.
Absolutely. That's why we have our Hall of Fame. I mean, it was our leaders, our pioneers in this industry. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, well, we sure have come a long way, and there's just so many, there's always something new, a new advance coming around the corner. Are people focusing more on the kitchen versus the bath, or the bath versus the kitchen? Can you tell at this moment in time as we're living in our homes longer? Is there a preference, or does it seem a little bit of both? Or?
My answer to that is yes.
Okay.
there really are, because some folks have already done their kitchen projects.
Yeah.
Others have are now saying, we need to address the rest of the room. I was just talking to a lady just before your interview here. She just said she was very proud. I just did 3 bathrooms. So they've gone through all the bathrooms. Now they're going to do the kitchen.
Really? So you wonder, where does that money come from?
Well, you know what? With the products today, by coming out and finding an NKBA certified designer. In fact, at the show here, we're launching our brand new website, nkba.org. And at nkba.org, this is where folks can get information, find their local dealers, find their members that can help guide them through this process. And folks often say to me, "What's your job?" Because as a designer, and I say, my job is to help you edit the choices in a very complex marketplace.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
And I love
Great.
that there's so many new apps, to help us as a consumer then get smart as we talk with a designer or a contractor and say, okay, we're ready for this kind of a dream for our kitchen. Make it so. That we're ready for this for our bathroom or whatever. Whether it's, a surface or a color, it really gives us a chance to feel empowered and kind of help in the process.
Absolutely. We are able to pull everything together, Think glass is another process that we have down at the show here. I mean, green, ecologically, aging in place, all of those things are what we as NKBA designers are thinking about.
Yeah, aging in place seems to be such a popular topic right now.
Yeah.
What have you seen that really lends itself to that idea?
The best and the neatest thing I've seen, Kohler has it called the rising wall tub. You know, where it's a tub where the actual wall just comes up, it becomes watertight, and you could have ease of access coming in and out of it. What a great
idea, yeah, absolutely.
And as for green, I mean, are you seeing a lot of new creative materials to make the kitchen or to make the bathroom greener? Not only more efficient, but to truly save the environment, whether it's bamboo or some other kind of new material that we haven't heard of.
Well, it's the products, okay?
Yeah.
And it's the products and the processes that it's going into the products to make those from the manufacturers. Really, the green style is, for example, the glass that I was telling you about, it's all recycled. I mean, so it's recyclable products, and that's what folks are really asking for today.
And that's this Think Glass?
That's the Think Glass.
And that's like cubes of glass, right? Is that what that is, or what is that? Describe what that looks like.
Well, Think Glass is the name of a company, and they create glass countertops.
Yeah, I've seen. It's gorgeous.
It is really beautiful.
And it's lit from inside, right?
It can be.
It's beautiful.
Okay,
it looks like ice cubes,
Yeah, it can be crackled style glass.
You're only lid glue.
Yeah, and very, very sanitary, very, very hygienic, very easy to clean.
Fun. I mean, there's so many new innovations. What about water saving? I mean, that's always important, and especially for us in California, we're thinking about that. There's a big push, to change our homes to be more energy efficient, and a big part is saving water.
Well, Cindy, not only in California, but all across the country, even with me in Chicago, being with the lake right next to us, we're very concerned about water conservation, too. When I look at Moen, for example, Moen over here at the show is showing a 32% reduction in the use of water on one of their faucets, and still has all the functionality. Again, all of these things through an NKBA designer at nkba.org.
Yeah.
And we have our photo gallery online, which is something that has really been a positive response from clients, where they can see these kitchens and baths in our photo gallery and get their ideas as they come into their
Well, it's kind of a candy store. You're just kind of dangling that fudge in front of our face.
It always is overwhelming to try and find something that you can relate to or that's distinctive, because there's such a sea of information. So it's nice that you guys have this website.
Yeah, it's our inspiration gallery.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
But that's good. It's good to start with the big picture, macroeconomics before micro, and after you get a sense of what your tastes are and what you'd like, your wish list, then you can kind of pare it down.
Absolutely. Yes, we're here to guide them through the task.
How about entertainment? Because we always want to be entertained, and we just visited this showcase house in Pasadena where there literally was, if not a bar, a plasma TV in every part of the home. The garage, of course the bathroom, those mirrored.
The mirror behind.
With the TV in the mirror. I mean, are you seeing any other new funky technologies to keep us entertained while we're cooking in the kitchen, while we're feeling pampered in the bathroom, that kind of thing?
Well, with the style and design prints today, we have more of a contemporary style look without all of the embellishments that we had in the traditional style. So that those are really helping us to pair into the design.
Yeah.
Okay, we're able to bring into the design all the so everything blends one room to the other with continuity.
Okay.
That's what we're doing as designers.
And continuity is always a big question that Eric, you and I always hear in terms of consumers. They get overwhelmed of, we have a dream, but then you worry about the other room and where to start and make sure that everything flows, right? So if you were to advise people at home as they're looking at the website and hearing all these things and they want to do one thing, how do they pick the right thing and know that down the road they can build upon that and have continuity?
Well, if we had to choose one thing, I would start with lighting.
Okay.
And because the lighting between the two different rooms, by controlling the lighting from a harsh industrial styled room where you're doing your actual preparation to a very soft and entertaining styled lighting afterwards, with the push of a switch with like a Lutron dimmer, for example. You replace the dimmer, it's very inexpensive, it's very green, they're doing a lot, and it didn't cost them very much.
And it also totally changes the feel and the design style of the room.
Well, it changes your attitude.
Absolutely.
Don't you feel it?
Yeah, there's no question.
Think about the time you walk into a restaurant and there's candlelight versus driving around in the afternoon in the stress on a freeway. I mean, that light changes you.
Yeah, yes, it does, and it does the same thing for, our homes are not showrooms. They can be, when you want to show them off to your friends and family, but really when you're entertaining, much more softness, much more blended, and point of use light.
So what do you think will happen for 2012? I mean, it looks like 2011 is on the way up. Do you have a sense of where we're headed for the next year and the next in terms of, upcoming inventions and things we're trying to plan for?
Well, our show is going to be in Chicago next year.
Yeah.
We're already getting excited because we're talking about...
Well, you don't have to go very far. You're down
I
the
don't
street.
have to.
and I get to go home. That's where I'm from.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, and the momentum is starting to continue again toward like the appliances, the high-end appliances, to integrate those into the space because of the energy efficient star.
Yeah.
That's again, very, very important. Very, very. But design-wise, we're going to continue bringing out new trends. The colors are going to continue with the vintage whites, earth tones, and we're going to be using still some of the darker colors for punctuation.
Right, some richness with the freshness.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Alan Zielinski, and congratulations to being a president-elect. And I guess we're going to be seeing you poolside later tonight.
I'm looking forward to seeing both of you.
I'll be in a coconut bra.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your show.
And the website again for the NKBA.
It's nkba.org.
You got it. We'll check out. All right, the fun continues.
Thanks,
Don't you go away as we wind our way into hour 2 of Home Wizards. I'm Cindy Dole with who else but? Hello, Eric Stromer.
Stromer
You
here.
got it.
Vegas.
We're back right after this. You're in Vegas, baby.
That's right.